I think so much about this thing of being an individual because there's something accidental and absurd about it, and yet you can't help it. You are an individual. I used to imagine an enormous wall of darkness with one little hole. And all an individual is you happen to have your eye put on that one little pinhole. So you're looking at reality through this one microscopically small vantage point. And not only that, you're then deciding that your little vantage point is the vantage point. So the idea that you could be certain about anything is completely absurd. I've completely abandoned the idea of being totally right or totally wrong, ever. How beautiful it would be to get to a place beyond defensiveness. You're not defending a viewpoint, you're not defending a physical space. One of the factors in terms of people being right or wrong or being flexible about their viewpoints is awareness of their environment and the people in it. If you're really aware of someone else, just aware of them existing as you are of yourself, then automatically their opinion would matter or be real to you. So I can only think that if one is clinging on to your own beliefs, it can only be that others are not that real to you. It's almost like a form of blindness where you're just not seeing, the world is not that clear to you. It's sort of murky. It's the same as, I suppose, the destruction of nature. You can only do it if you're really not even seeing it that clearly in the first place, you know? If it's very clear to you, you couldn't possibly want to allow anything to hurt it because it's that real to you. When I was younger, longing was an incredibly powerful force or reality in my life. I had this feeling when I was young that I had been separated from something magnificent and really beautiful, and that I was kind of marooned in this reality. And I longed for that other place. But now, as an elderly person, that kind of yearning for that kind of stuff has stopped, and so I feel very peaceful. Having spent so long trying to arrive at a peaceful place, the thing now is to go into the peace and see what's in there. When you're really at peace in nature, it's very difficult for any of the outside noise to bother you. Well, I say outside noise, inside noise as well. I had this glorious experience recently. I realized that I've always been going into natural environments feeling like a guest. I'm honored to be there, and I approach very respectfully. But I realized I wanted to try and be there as an equal to everything else that was there. And so I did. I deliberately put aside all feelings of gratitude or marveling in the beauty of it. And I literally tried to be as rock-like or tree-like as I could. It was absolutely amazing. I spent a few hours lying down on the sand. And I felt absolutely at home. Yeah, it was gorgeous, gorgeous. One thing I saw recently, which I thought was quite incredible, was someone's WhatsApp handle. It said, "No hope and no fear." And I think by which she meant hope is a kind of a passive thing. But I think hopelessness, however justified it might be, is crazy. There's no point. All of the negative things, fear, hate, hopelessness, no matter how logical as a response they might be, utterly pointless, utterly pointless. So I don't even go there. There's no point. No matter what happens, I'll pretty much I will force myself to remain positive to the end. Isn't that a curious paradox as well, that at the moment we have such a negative mantra about being human, but there's, we're also like gorgeous and cute, and I think your average person is a sweetie that has just put up this carapace to defend themselves against the world, but inside there's a sweet little kid, We've got this puppy now just going onto the beach, and you see these grumpy old men, 1 minute they're walking along the beach ignoring everyone, and the next minute they encounter this puppy and they just melt and become these cute little kids, It's a curious glimpse that we get, hey? This little glimpse. It's gorgeous. I've pondered the question of what advice would I give my younger self, and I haven't come up with a satisfactory answer because I strongly suspect the younger self wouldn't listen. So it wouldn't matter what you told him. Probably the most realistic thing is just to be kind, because that is something one can do. You can tweak your kindness settings and make them a little bit more active and have one of your mantras for each day to just put in that 1% more effort with kindness. Have these ripples of kindness. Nowadays, we don't have tombstones so much, but I thought a nice one would just be, which I've never seen before, is just thank you. Hey, on a tombstone, that would be lovely. Just thank you. always felt gratitude for just everything. Thankful for life, and very thankful for the ability to just be appreciative of it, because it doesn't really matter what you have or don't have, if you're not able to enjoy the fact of that thing. I'm even grateful for the capacity to be grateful. Yeah, big time. So yeah, I would definitely want to exit on a note of gratitude, for sure.
Thanks to all of you who helped make this film possible. All of our films are totally crowdfunded. So if you'd like to continue to support us on our journey, check out our Green Renaissance page on Patreon.